Well, I had a really interesting experience while I was snorkeling this morning. Like all mornings, I checked the surf report before I left. The surf was not too high, but when I got to the beach, the water was choppy. I mean, really choppy. I've found through experience that when there's a whole lot of sand in the water, I don't see a lot of octopus. I have a theory on that. It's my theory only. My theory is octopuses depend a lot on eyesight, and they don't have eyelids, so they can't close their eyes when there's a lot of sand in the water, and so they just generally stay hidden. The water was really full of sand this morning. It was like swimming through skim milk. You couldn't see much, and it was choppy and was just tossing me all over the place. So I was really surprised when I ran across an octopus that was sitting out in the open where I could see it. This was in an area where I've seen an octopus several times before. They all look alike to me, so I can't guarantee it's the same octopus, but they do seem to have their areas where they live, so I assume this is an octopus that I have seen several times before. I stopped and decided I'd snap a few stills, even though I had little hope of them turning out decently since the water was so full of sand and my camera lens gets confused by the debris floating in front of it and has a hard time taking clear photos. People who know me know that I am buoyancy challenged. All of my videos are taken from the surface because I cannot dive. I can't get my butt below the surface of the water. Anyway, I was totally amazed that this octopus, as I was taking my photos, never quit moving. He was on the rock, off the rock, around the rock, stretching out his arms, just doing so many things that I finally, after it was over 3 minutes of stills, I thought, what am I doing? And I switched to video. When you read the many books about octopuses, they all say that they're solitary creatures. I believe the word solitary is open to interpretation when it comes to an octopus, since their brain does extend down into all 8 of their arms, which can act independently. So theoretically, an octopus is never alone. It's always like its own little schizophrenic crowd of 9. The main body and all 8 arms. So anyway, I don't really know what was going on with my little friend this morning, but I know for the 10 minutes that I watched, the octopus never stopped moving. I don't know if it was having a little dance party all by itself, or maybe it saw me and knew I was taking its picture and decided it was going to give me something interesting to film. I had a hard time keeping the octopus in the frame. The water was so murky that it was hard to see it through the viewfinder. I could spot it when it was on the rock because the rock was big enough to show up, but the little octopus, when he'd get out in the sand, it's like I was looking all over and couldn't find it through the camera. So like many of my videos, the quality of the filming is not super great, but the quality of the content makes up for it. At least in my mind it does. The last time the little guy shot off the rock and went out in the middle of the sand and just sat down in the vacant sand and just spun in a circle and stirred up even worse visibility, and then shot back to the rock and then it just sat on the side and hung there. And it looked like he was ready to settle down and just not do any more moving. So I watched him for a couple seconds more, and he just sat there. So I wished him an aloha, told him mahalo nui loa, which is thank you very much, went on my way and left him to his. There's a couple of native Hawaiians down at the beach all the time that I talk to, and I show them my pictures occasionally. Because they've seen me down there with Brianna, they don't know my name, but they just refer to me as Grandma. One of them was there this morning, and I was showing him the video, and he laughed. He said, oh, well, it sees you. He says, look, it's watching you. And he says, it's just thinking, oh, well, that's just Grandma. Nothing to worry about there. And so it was, he thinks, showing off for me. That kind of tickles me to think that. Wouldn't it be nice if it was true? Anyway, I really enjoyed it and just was hoping that you would enjoy it also. Have a great day. I sure did.